I hate
Oh God!
There we go. Make sure to hit it now. Hey guys, welcome back to the Rick and Nick Squad. And today, right now we're just eating. And
Well, it's been a few hours since we talked earlier. I was gonna do this little bit of talk earlier today, but Queen wasn't here, so I didn't want to do it without her.
I'm pretty sad when I hear this story, because it gets me scared. And whenever we talk about it, I feel like it's like gonna happen again, and we're gonna go through the same situation. So I'm really scared to talk about the story. So, but we decided to share it with all of you guys, cause
love you.
We'll never
You're the squad.
keep something different from you guys, because we're a squad, we're a family together.
Yep.
And we'll never keep secrets from each other because we trust each other.
With that being said, it was a Sunday morning. It started out like any other. I was actually heading out. I was drive a little bit of Uber for the day, and I probably wasn't gone no more than maybe 30 minutes, maybe even 45 minutes. But I went and put gas in the car, and then I was shooting north. As I was driving north, I started seeing ambulance and fire trucks like going in the other direction, like a lot of them. And it was just ambulance and fire truck, one after the other, one after the other. I was headed towards the mall, because you get a lot of pickups over there, right? When I get there, I probably sit there for maybe about 5 minutes before the call comes in, and I have a ride. So I pick up a group of people, tourists from like London or something. I got a call from my daughter, Jocelyn's phone, and I didn't answer it because they know better than to call me when I'm out driving. So when they called again, I answered it. Baby, what's going on? Like not to call me, what's going on? And it was the wife. And then the wife told me that there's been a fire in the house and everyone's fine. Everyone made it out, but the entire house is like on fire. And so I was like shocked, obviously. I didn't know what to think, and then I answered the phone on speakerphone, even though like I had the group of people in the car, just because I thought it'd be a cute moment, like daddy like telling the daughter not to call, So but no, they heard the whole conversation, the Uber riders, and they can hear like the the horror in my wife's voice, telling me that the house is on fire. Yeah, they were very nice about it though. They just told me to drop them back off right back in the same spot, which I was only 2 minutes away from. So I turned around, dropped them right back off there, and I hung up with my wife and I shot down there as soon as I can get there.
Deposit, but if you're wondering how the fire happened, we were doing breakfast. Like Dad started the conversation. He was headed out to work, like doing Uber driving, and we were all doing breakfast. And Aiden was making toast, so I thought it was a good idea for me to make toast. And I made toast, and Mom was boiling eggs. And the fire was turned off to boil the eggs on the stove. So the napkin was touching the fire that was boiling the eggs. The napkin was touching the fire. So Mom was at the sink. I said, Mom, and then she turned around and then she saw the fire, and the fire was if you're wondering where the fire was in the kitchen, and the fire was on a napkin. So Mom used her favorite blanket to suffocate the fire. So she told us to go in the room. Jossie came out and she said, do you want me to call them? Do you want me to come call the emergency? Once they did all that, she told us to go outside, and she went outside too. And we closed the door. Jossie asked the same question, and Mom said yes. The emergency came, and when people opened the door, smoke would literally come out, so it would look like the whole place was on fire. So then we were at the mail, and then we had this whole situation. People kept on coming to us saying, like, are you okay? Like, why are we crying? And we told them the whole situation, so they felt bad for us. And one lady was being nice and said, they asked what happened, why we were crying, and we said the same thing. So she said in Spanish, because she was a Spanish girl. Mom can understand her. So she asked in Spanish. She asked, you can live with me? And she said it nicely. So our mom said, no, it's fine. So as my dad said, he came, he asked us, and yeah, Dad, you can continue the story.
So, like she said, it was in the kitchen, and I was at the sink. I turn around, and it was because of a napkin. Initially, I thought it was because of the toaster, because the napkin and the toaster were next to each other. And it was at that point when I turned around, the fire was so big, just in that instant, that the fire was under the toaster, caught the napkins on fire. And it all happened so fast that I was 100% sure that it was a toaster. I panicked. And like she said, Jossie asked me if I wanted her to call 911. I said no right in that moment, because it was, even though it was big, it was like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it was big, but it was like just in that one area. And so
we'll show you the area right now.
And so obviously we're not in the same same apartment, but the apartment looks identical because we're in the same complex. So I told her no, because I thought for sure, like, I was determined to stop the fire. So then when I realized, like Ava said, I tried my best to stop it and to suffocate it and everything. I was using like everything I could, not thinking that we did have a fire extinguisher. That wasn't a proud moment of mine after the fire happened, and I was thinking of where the fire extinguisher was. But in that moment, like, you kind of panic. And my only thought process is that I have my 3 kids in this house, and I need to hurry up and get it under control, or get them out. So that's pretty much what happened. They told it, so for the sake of telling it over and over, that's pretty much what happened. We go outside, we end up calling 911. They come pretty quick. And like Ava said, we have people asking us everything like that, like if we're okay, if we're good. We have people asking us, if we need water, this and that. So the community definitely came together to help us. Like, I don't know, would you say like a good 80% of our stuff was like done?
If it wasn't already caught in the fire, like immediately in the fire, then the smoke damage got to it. And the smoke damage it's really, really bad. And that traveled throughout the entire home. There was parts of the home that were further away from the fire than any other part of the house, and received like the most fire damage. And then there was parts of the house, like my son's bedroom,
that was like closer to the kitchen. It's literally right here in this corner. This door, I don't know if you can see, but where he is right here, my son, right past him is his room, and that's exactly how it was in the other house.
And the kitchen's right here. I mean,
Yeah, literally,
You
like,
guys
the
seen
kitchen's
our
right here.
our
So,
apartment layout and some of the other videos.
It was crazy because my son's room got the least damage, and then our room, which is on the other side of the kitchen, got it pretty bad. And then the girls' room, which is further down the hall, got it pretty good too. So it was just like really crazy the way that the like a fire works. But anyway, so we left. Of course, Ricky went in and he got, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a mess. And then even the kids were like trying to calm me down, which is pretty sad. Not like I was hysterical or anything, but I was just like in denial at first. Like it was like bad. And then Ava, what did you say, Ava? You said at least we're not butt naked.
No, that was when we were in the car.
It was like, well, at least we're not butt naked. So, but so that was, you know, that was cool. But and then my work family came through. Like one thing throughout this whole thing, even though it was such a bad experience, we were blessed so much at the same time because we had so many people who came through, like family, people who are, you know, like friends, you know, like we had so many people who came through like that for us. That was the most powerful, amazing, like I can't even express it, right? Like the feeling that gave us, like, because it's not about like what because they helped like financially or gave us things to help replace the things we lost, but it wasn't even about that. It was just all the love and support that we needed because we had them and we were trying to be strong for them, and it was like a really hard time for us. So that was just amazing. But we left here.
Just the amount of people that offered for us.
She doesn't like the story.
Oh, Eva.
Zoe, girl, you better get
Just
down.
the amount of people that like offered for us to stay in their home. They opened their home to straight up strangers. Were opening their home to us. Friends, cousins were opening up their homes to us. Thank you. So I don't know how many of you guys are watchers of our channel, but thank you guys so much. Like it was overwhelming, the amount of love and support that was there, and you just don't know like how much love and support you do have until something strikes like that. And that amount of overwhelming like love and support, for a while I just didn't even know what to say. You know, I come from a hard background where, you know, a lot of people don't give you stuff like that. You know, they just reach out. You know, one of her friends from her job who never even met me gave me a duffel bag with shaving cream, shampoos, razors in there, so much stuff in there. A hat was in there.
Like pajamas.
Oh my God, there was bags after bags after bags of clothes that we were blankets, pillows, counselors from one of their summer programs were giving money, towels, just.
We have a lot of towels.
And as you can see the place now, you know, it's pretty much 100%. It's probably even upgraded, right?
Sorry to
slow me
cut
down
again, but right now we have a fire extinguisher in our storage room. So like when we have a fire, we can like pull the black thing and then like hold the back and then white stuff come out.
Yeah, when we
as you can
moved in
see,
here,
we taught them a fire
to them
drill.
about it.
Yeah, and like they were like, it's time for a field trip. It's time for a field trip. And then they literally just took us to where we were, all the way next to where we were.
Yeah.
And we showed them how to use the fire extinguisher properly and tell them that
Like,
it's not a toy.
Hold it back, and then
Yes, hopefully there's never a case where we're using it. This is more of like a dedicating this video to those people who helped. I've been waiting to make this video just to say thank you to all of those people, a lot of them from her job, and the family members who helped, and to a really good friend of ours, Veronica, in Chicago, who helped set up a GoFundMe that did really well and helped us out tremendously
my
as well.
parents, my godmother.
Yes, thank you guys so
Red
much.
Cross.
Red
Oh my
Cross
God.
came in and helped
Mallory and her
tremendously.
mother.
Mallory,
Showers.
yeah, they opened up their home to us, so we were taking showers in there the same day that it happened, and I don't even think we named everybody that
We
came
didn't,
together.
but just everyone, because that was a very traumatizing situation, as you can see, like the kids even still, you know,
Like, and
You know,
feel some kind of way.
And
like,
for me, like when I first came up, I drove up and I came around the corner because as you're driving through the complex, I gotta make a right onto like the last street,
Joey,
and then I see all the fire trucks there, and so I couldn't even get to my usual parking area to get to that. I had to park further away and then run the rest of the way down there.
Stop.
And so as I'm running up, there's like a little gazebo area where the mailboxes are. And as I'm running up, I just see my dog Zoe, my wife, my daughters, my son, all on the floor, like just sitting there on the floor. And it was like reality was just like hitting. You know, it's like you have a situation and you know it's real because obviously my wife is not lying to me that the house caught on fire, but you just don't believe it. You know,
Yeah.
From one moment I had just left my home with my family in it, my kids in it, and the next moment, you know, it was a matter of 30 minutes that changed, you know, that whole
Yeah,
entire
like he
month.
leaves and we're just like, okay, bye, and we're cooking breakfast, and then he
Cooking
comes back and our
breakfast.
whole house is on fire.
Yeah, and then instantly you're homeless. You don't have a home anymore. You know, it's an instantly gut wrenching feeling. You know, in the bottom of your stomach, it's twisted.
we went through some bad time at that day, and people really helped us. So I want to say thank you for the people that helped us and that really gave us care. And I just want to say thank you for you guys because you guys really saved our life.
Thank you guys so much.
So
It made everything that much easier to deal with, and a huge thanks to her dad, who was not even in town when all of this transpired, and let us stay in his home while it all happened. So thank you so much, Rick. That was a huge help as well. To where we were able to, like, the same night we were able to get like everything like kind of situated in there. Everybody had a place to sleep. That night, and everyone was comfortable, for the most part, given the situation.
all of us were traumatized with this, like, particular thing. And I was pretty traumatized and scared. And so, yeah. And I want to thank everybody that helped us out. Thanks to all of you guys. But I'm sad because, well, I'm happy because I'm safe, but also because I was about to sit down to eat breakfast. I was not able to eat breakfast. That's not fair. I was about to have strawberries, grapes, and blueberries.
It was kind of sad because after everything happened, right? Obviously, we had to come back and find out what's gonna be the next steps, like what happens after this, because we still have a lease with the complex and all of that other good stuff. And so the next day we came in and figured out those details. Obviously, we're in a new apartment, same layout. So figured all that stuff out. So I had to find out like what's gonna happen with all the stuff. You're in front of mommy.
Yeah.
But what's gonna happen with like all the stuff? And I thought it was gonna be something like I just go and grab the things that I want to keep, and then the rest I leave because they gotta trash the apartment anyways. It was not like that at all. I had to empty the entire place.
And I felt so bad because we decided that I would go to work while he did it, because at the time he had more days off than I did. So he did all that by himself.
I didn't want her messing with all the soot and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's my queen. If I have to sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, now it's fine. You know, but I got all suited up, as you can see in some of the photographs. I was all suited up with a face mask and, you know, hat and gloves, and I came in here, or I came in there, and I got dirty. Yeah, had no business, man. It took me 2 days, right? Mm-hmm. It took me 2 whole days.
Probably even more.
But one day it stood until 3-4 o'clock from the morning to about 3-4 o'clock, and then I called it quits because they were gonna have to lock up the place because I couldn't be in there while the maintenance crew wasn't working on the grounds. And the next day I stood to 11:30 at night cleaning it out, and man, I was beat, I was exhausted, I was tired, and then having to work the very next day after that, had to go to work a full 8-hour shift. So that was tough, and during my shifts at work I'm standing the entire day, you know, so that was really tough. But we're here now, and so a lot of this vlog was supposed to, a lot of this vlog is just letting you guys know what happened and why we were gone for a minute. Our dedication and love for YouTube hasn't
it didn't
wavered.
just like, it didn't just die, and we didn't just stop because we wanted to. We went through a lot. We had to, obviously this happened, we transitioned to my dad's house, then it was a lot of having to rebuild. While we were at my dad's house, the stuff that we were able to save, it was like cleaning it, getting the kids situated. Living out of my dad's house was really hard because we were living out of bags and stuff like that. So, you know, we didn't want to get too comfortable because we knew that we were going to be moving fairly quickly. We stood there for 3 weeks, and then we were supposed to be in a different apartment building, but then that kept getting pushed back due to just some issues. So we ended up being in this building, which is just fine. And then having to like move, get situated, rebuild, because what we moved in with is nowhere near what we have now. Like, we literally moved in with like a couple of bags and like beds, like mattresses.
Yeah. Well, we bought a bunch of things. A lot of the things that we bought while we were at her dad's house was mainly for like the kitchen, because obviously we need to eat. So we bought pots, pans, we bought
it was like stuff you need to survive.
Stuff
like
you need
napkins,
to survive, yeah.
Toilet paper, dishwashing soap. Every day was busy because then it was like, we need this, we need that, we need that. Like, we've been here since July 6th, yeah. So
it's now July 31st.
It's July 31st now. So it hasn't even been a full month, and just now we have the whole house furnished with minor things like missing. Like behind us, we have that wall that needs pictures, which we should have done that today.
And this wall here actually needs some stuff.
Like this wall here,
yeah, it's like empty.
But that's really it.
But
though.
it's literally like little tiny things like that. Like we're not missing like furniture and like stuff.
We're not missing anything.
Yeah, so
but, like,
the house,
just for the walls.
We love the way the house. This is like upgraded Rick and Nick Squad House 2.0. It's like the bomb. Like we loved it. And it, you know, looking at it now, it's like, I think Jossie said it best too, is a blessing in disguise the way it all happened.
Yeah.
If obviously if we could do it all over, I never wish that my kids would have ever went through something like that. You know, but it happened, and we're here now, and
we're just growing.
We're better off from it because of it. You know, we're better off because of it.
So I'm gonna say one more thing, which is I'm gonna say something important.
Yeah. And we're together.
We're together, right?
We all know that we're not alone.
Exactly.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, like, you know, like Aiden said, we're together and we're growing from it, and, you know, the apartment's nice and cozy, and we wanted to, you know, in our last apartment and now here, we're gonna do the same thing. It's just we wanted to be here together until we get our house, and live happily ever after.
Okay.
And that's where this comes in. But that's for another day.
Okay, so the reason why you have to
Alright guys, so I said in the last video I said in the last video that we upgraded the camera situation. We were vlogging on our phones before, and we're serious about this YouTube thing.
We coming for y'all. No.
We're serious about this YouTube thing, so we invested in it, and we got ourselves a nice rig. I hope you guys are enjoying the video picture. We obviously upgraded to 4K. We upgraded to 4K video. This video is gonna be in shot in 4K. We got a dedicated microphone on there. So I hope you guys are enjoying the vlogs and the upcoming vlogs. We got great ideas coming. So we appreciate it. You guys sticking around for the channel.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I can't even do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna cut this video short because Mama's
Oh, wait. Make sure you subscribe.
And this one will just keep talking.
Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos that we post.
On her face, ready, set, go.
Bing.
Bing. And hold on, don't take it off yet. I hit
Oh god.
There we go. Make sure to hit it. So hit it like okay.
We don't promote violence on our show, on our channel, but that was hilarious.
Okay, so we're gonna end it right now, but we just wanted to share you like a story that happened. That's why we didn't like make a video because that would be like weird. Stop! I can see you. Okay, so that would be like that would be weird. Okay, that would be.
That's the end of the video, guys.
Weird.
Thank you
So,
guys.
yeah.
Love you. See you in the next video. We got some fun stuff coming. Peace.
Like,
Bye.
That's a little preview of the next video.
Bye.
Peace.